What's going on, guys? Bastamouth here, bringing you another New World guide. Today we have a AMD guide for graphically changing New World to sexify the game for yourself. I'm going to show you the settings I personally use, but you can go ahead and change these settings. It's all personal preference. There are going to be slightly different demands on your hardware, depending on the setting we're talking about, but we'll get into that. New World is very graphically impressive, but I find the colors are a little muted for my taste. So we're going to go ahead into the Radeon suite and fix that. I like to just hit Alt-R in game, but if that wasn't working for me for a while, I don't know how it got fixed, but it just started working again. So if it doesn't work for you, just Alt-Tab and hit Windows, just search Radeon or AMD. It should come right up. So firstly, obviously, to sexify your game, you're going to want the best possible in-game settings to start with. So go over here to Visuals in the Settings tab. Brightness and contrast, that's personal preference. I like to turn the brightness up a little bit, but I'm actually going to leave that normal because we're going to do that. The AMD brightness is it's a little more subtle than, turn this up 5 points and I now have like a white screen. Yeah, no thanks. So it's a little aggressive. We're going to turn that back down to default. Contrast, again, you can mess with it if you want. We're going to be messing with it in the Radeon suite. It's a little bit more subtle, a little less just, blanket settings. Field of view, obviously you want that all the way up. For other reasons, video quality, I have all of mine on very high. Again, if you do this and your FPS is suffering, I would most likely it's going to be, water, texture, or lighting, maybe effects, depending on the area that you're in. VSync, I just always have it off because, in my opinion, it increases screen tearing, doesn't decrease it. My FPS uncapped, whatever. We're going to start off here. We're going to start off at home. So, going to see your game New World, top right. Go to Adjust Game Graphics. Graphics profile, obviously custom. Radeon anti-lag. I honestly notice a little bit more jitteriness to my game when I have this on. So I keep it off. That's my personal opinion. Radeon image sharpening. I turn that on. Be careful with it though. It is pretty strong. I just keep mine at 60. Here, I'll turn it up all the way to 100. You can kind of... It kind of has, as you can see, it kind of has a reverse effect at a certain point. So I like to keep that close to default. I'm going to keep that at 60. Radeon Enhanced Sync, I like to keep that disabled. Again, I feel like it increases my screen tearing and lag. I don't like it. And obviously, wait for vertical refresh off. Now let's go down to the Advanced tab. Scroll down a little bit. Anti-aliasing. So here's where my settings get controversial. Okay, I like anti-aliasing. It gives the game kind of a softer vibe, which a lot of people don't like. Like, what I mean by softer is like a little bit more of like a warm glow and less of hard edges, and but a lot of people like clean cut hard edges, which I get. So anti-aliasing, up to you. Completely personal preference. I have mine all the way up because I'm weird. I like my game to look a certain way. It's just my personal preference. So most people will have this off though. Just so you know. Texture filtering quality, I have it on high. If your FPS again is suffering, you might want to put this to performance. Tessellation mode, I have AMD optimized. Again, a lot of people don't like tessellation. I like tessellation. I have it on. Turn it on and off. Whatever you feel, And OpenGL triple buffering off. Now, here we go. Get to the fun stuff. Custom color. So here's where you're going to be making the drastic changes to your game. All right? In its appearance. So here you can see my custom colors here. I have color temperature at 7,000. So basically, what I gather, the more you turn this up, the less red is shown. The more you turn it down, the more. Here, I'll show you. I'll just show you. Let's turn that all the way up. So now it's kind of more of a blue. And of course, I'm recording this video at night in game. So you can tell I really prepared. And but you'll still be able to see it. And then I'm gonna turn it all the way down. And again, it's nighttime, but you can kind of see what that does. Like to keep that at a nice 7,000. And when you're adjusting these settings, again, do it during the day. Don't be me. Brightness, I like to have that at 3. That's big. Again, like you saw, I didn't adjust the brightness in the in-game settings. You want to adjust it here. I like these settings. It doesn't have to be an even number. You can use decimals. Hue, that's basically like the vibrancy, like how loud each color is, basically. So I like to have, I like my colors to pop a little bit. So I have mine at 10. Also be careful with the color temperature, because like I have mine up to the point where my reds start turning into pinks kinda, and I don't care. I kind of like it. I kind of like that vibe, but again, a lot of people don't like that, so keep an eye on your reds when adjusting the color temperature. Contrast is just, difference between colors, how much they pop next to each other. I like to keep that at 125. It starts getting weird when you start playing with this one. So 125 is still a lot. That's still, again, my settings. Figure out your own settings. I like my own weird game, okay? And saturation, I have that pretty high at 150. You might not want it that high. You might want it higher. Again, all up to you. Play around with it yourself. Let me know what you think. And then display color enhancement, I have mine at vivid gaming. You can have this disabled. Again, most people will have this disabled. I like the kind of warm, glowy, fuzzy look. If that's not what you're going for, I would just keep this disabled. And color deficiency correction, if you're colorblind, check this out. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one.